Hello and welcome to That's English.
Hello.
Today our documentary is about parents and teenagers.
Parents and teenagers. And we're going to meet Mark and Sophie Skeet and Lara, their daughter.
Yes, Lara is 15 years old and has had some clashes, enfrentamientos, with her parents recently.
So they don't get on well then?
Well, they say they get on well, se llevan bien, most of the time, but sometimes they fight and things have been quite tense at home.
Did you have many problems at home when you were a teenager, Annabelle?
Me? Oh, I was terrible. I had lots of arguments, discusiones, with my parents all the time. I was a typical teenager.
Yes, I'm sure you were a very difficult teenager.
What?
Only joking, Annabelle. What did you argue with your parents about?
Oh, the usual things, my social life, going out too much, boyfriends, things like that.
Well, let's watch the documentary.
Yes, and when you watch, try to find the answer to this question. Are Lara and her father very different?
There are many difficult moments for parents as their children get older, but those teenage years are probably the most difficult of all. The Skeet family live in London. Mark and Sophie's daughter Lara is 15 years old, and as a family, they recently had some problems.
I get on really well with Lara most of the time, but she doesn't communicate with us as much as she used to.
Sometimes I get on quite well with my parents, but sometimes we do clash and fight a lot. It gets quite tense.
I wouldn't call us good friends. I try to be a good father.
Mum, I don't do French revision. Because you do it all in the...
should. No, I love spending time with Lara, but I think that she's much more interested in her friends than she is her family.
The most important things in my life at the moment are probably my friends. I like seeing my friends a lot. That is the same for my parents. I think their friends are important to them too.
I would like to think we will share interests. At the moment, it's hard to know what Lara's interests are.
That's so cool.
She likes cinema, she likes theatre, she likes reading, but not the same books, the same films, the same plays that I like.
But are father and daughter really very different?
I have a feeling that we're quite similar.
You didn't go voluntarily?
She's obstinate, she doesn't like being told what to do. She is my mother's revenge on me.
I think that Lara's just grown up much quicker than I did. When I was 12, 13, 14, even 15, I was really still a child. Whereas Lara became an independent teenager when she was 13.
They complain that I'm out of the house too much or spend too much time with my friends.
I like to know where she's staying, and that leads to big clashes.
I think fundamentally she's got a good set of values. Most of the time I trust her judgment. I think she's quite sensible.
Lara is like me when I was a teenager. My parents complained that I spent too much time with my friends.
But your friends are very important when you're a teenager.
Yes, and I think Mark and Sophie understand Lara. What about our question? Are Lara and her father very different? Did you find out the answer?
But are father and daughter really very different?
I have a feeling that we're quite similar.
You didn't go voluntarily?
She's obstinate.
So the answer is that Mark and Lara aren't very different. They're both obstinate.
Yes, that's right. They're both obstinate. Like father, like daughter. De tal palo, tal astilla.
Lara's parents say that Lara doesn't talk to them like she used to.
But that's quite normal for a teenager. They prefer talking to their friends.
Yes, and they spend hours on the phone. Parents have to remember that it's hard to be a teenager.
Yes, I remember that I was very, very shy.
Were you shy? Really? Well, I wasn't shy. I was confident. OK, Well, we asked our group of people from different English-speaking countries about being a teenager.
We asked them this question. Was it hard for you to be a teenager?
Let's listen to what they say.
It was hard for me to be a teenager because I wasn't very cool.
It was hard for me to be a teenager because I was extremely shy.
Not really, because my parents really supported me really well through my teenage years. So it wasn't that hard.
It was difficult because I was very tall and I was much taller than all the boys growing up.
It was a little bit difficult because I was very shy, and now that I'm older, I'm more confident.
So most people say it was hard to be a teenager.
That's right. Only one says it wasn't that hard.
Yes, because his parents supported him.
Yes, le apoyaban. And it's interesting that 2 people said it was hard because they were shy.
Absolutely. And now we're back to the street and to all the characters we met in Module 3.
Yes, do you remember Bob? He's a teenager.
Bob needs some money and he's going to sell his old toys in the second-hand market, El Mercadillo.
His father is taking him to the market.
What do you think? Is Bob's father going to buy any of Bob's toys?
Yes, it's me, Bob. Remember? There's a Sunday second-hand market on today, and I want to sell some things. Meet Bernie the bear. Say hello, Bernie. Bernie used to sleep in my bed for many years. Goodbye, Bernie. I used to like this. Can you take me into town later, Dad?
Sure. What are you going to do? Sell all this at the Sunday market?
Yes. Do you want to buy some?
What? I bought all of it, if you remember.
Only joking.
Oh, look! It's your old school tie.
I used to hate wearing that tie.
You never used to wear it.
I did.
No. I used to make you put it on. I used to say, you mustn't take that tie off. And then you left the house, closed the door, and took the tie off. What? You're going to sell the football? You used to love football and sport. Now you're in your room all the time playing on that computer. What? You've put Bernie in the box? Nobody puts Bernie in the box. You can't sell Bernie. You loved Bernie.
Come on, Dad. Let's go now.
Terrible. Poor Bernie the bear. Well, Bernie was Bob's toy for many years and now he wants to sell him.
Yes, and he's throwing out his football.
How terrible. But what about the question?
Is Bob's father going to buy any of Bob's toys? Watch.
Yes. Do you want to buy some?
What? I bought all of it, if you remember.
Well, the answer is no, because he bought all the toys for Bob in the first place.
I think that when Bob sells his toys, he should give his father the money, because his father's right. He bought all those toys for Bob.
Yes, but they were a present to Bob.
Well, what about 50-50?
No, Ashley, they were Bob's toys. Bob probably needs the money more than his dad.
You're probably right.
And now we meet Ben and Beth again.
That's right, and they're having a TV dinner. Do you have TV dinners, Annabelle?
Yes, sometimes. Why not?
Well, they aren't very romantic.
No, but it's sometimes nice to relax after work and have dinner while you watch a good programme on TV.
As you watch, try to find the answer to this question. Were dinners different when Ben and Beth first started living together?
Can you pass the tomato sauce, please?
Sure.
Thanks. What do you think?
Great.
Beer?
No thanks.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm fine.
What are you going to do next year, Guy? And he's going to meet the girl of his dreams and get married.
Beth,
Yes?
do you remember when we first started living together?
Yes, of course.
We used to go out more. We didn't used to stay in and watch TV all the time.
No, we didn't.
We didn't have TV dinners all the time.
Me too.
No, we didn't. You're right.
And we talked more.
You're crazy.
Yes, and we had romantic dinners together.
Yes.
Have a great time.
Romantic dinners?
Yes, we used to have romantic dinners. Well, some romantic dinners at the beginning.
And you're as wonderful as...
Why don't we go out tonight?
No, I don't want to go out tonight.
Okay.
But let's go out next week.
Yes, let's do that.
So Ben and Beth talked about what they used to do.
Did you find the answer to the question? Were dinners different when Ben and Beth first started living together?
Let's watch again.
We didn't used to stay in and watch TV all the time.
No, we didn't.
We didn't have TV dinners all the time.
No, we didn't. You're right.
And we talked more.
Yes, and we had romantic dinners together.
So the answer is yes. Dinners were different when Ben and Beth first started living together. They didn't have TV dinners all the time, and they talked more.
And they had romantic dinners together. I don't think Ben remembers the romantic dinners.
No, I don't think they had a lot of romantic dinners.
But at least they're going to go out next week.
Yes, I think Ben's happy about that. Well, that's all for today. See you in the next programme of That's English.
Yes, see you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.